So the video you just saw was entirely shot on the iPhone 14 Pro using the DJI Osmo Mobile 6. We had a lot of fun shooting around Zurich City. I had Emma as the model and George filming the behind the scenes. This way you can see how I've achieved the shots, and I will also give you 5 of my best pro tips and tricks for achieving your cinematic shots using the DJI Osmo Mobile 6. The great part about using this gimbal is that it's compact and lightweight, making the shooting process more enjoyable. I don't need to carry around a lot of heavy gear and can focus on the creative side of things. Also, the setup time is just way easier using the magnetic clamp because I don't like if people have to wait around for me to get the gear ready. Now, I always bring a gimbal with me, especially when I'm traveling, because it's just so much easier to achieve smooth looking shots, and they also come with some exciting features that can help you take your footage up a notch. So as for the camera settings, I shot everything inside the DJI Mimo app. I've set the resolution to 4K as this gives me the best image quality possible and the frame rate to 60 frames per second. This way I can slow down the footage and also create those awesome speed ramps that you've seen to add some drama into my shot. Important is that you also lock your white balance, don't forget that, so that your colors won't shift while filming. Now, the mode I use most often is follow mode, as I can pan and tilt while keeping the horizon level. That's basically it for the settings. Let's now move on and give you my 5 best pro tips and tricks to achieving cinematic shots with this gimbal. So number 1 is to use the built-in extension pole. There are so many ways you can use it. In this one scene, I used it to get a low shot of Emma walking, and this really made the process so much easier as I didn't have to be in an uncomfortable position. Another scenario that made the extension pole very useful was when I set the gimbal to side grip mode and placed the iPhone over the pond to create a push in and tilt up shot of Emma. This way I didn't have to stand in the water and was able to create this interesting reflection. Lastly, I also used the extension pole to create this beautiful crane shot, as you also see in Hollywood movies, as I was able to create a high position and then lower the camera slowly to create this dynamic shot. Tip number 2 is to use the focus wheel on the side of the DJI Osmo Mobile 6 to create a manual rack focus. This means that I can smoothly shift focus like you've seen in this video, where I started with Emma being in focus and then slowly shifts focus towards the tree. You can use this creative technique to draw the viewer's attention to something specific. It works very well by having the camera close to the subject to have more of that shallow depth of field, resulting in a more apparent focus shift. Number 3 is to make use of the tracking feature inside the DJI Mimo app. This way you can keep the subject in the frame and works especially great when following your subjects. I use it to create this orbit shot of Emma where I moved behind the trees, and it did a good job of tracking her. Tip number 4 is to make use of the dynamic zoom, which the foreground remains in the same position while the background either shrinks or grows depending on the direction of the camera movement. This is a great way to add interest to your video, and what's cool is that the DJI Mimo app does most of the work for you. So the only thing I did was to track Emma's face and start moving forward, and right then you can see that the background automatically starts to shrink. Tip number 5 is to include a spin shot in your video. I've set the gimbal mode to spin shot, and this allowed me to use the joystick to rotate the phone to create this interesting spin shot of the trees. Creating a spin shot using a gimbal has never been easier and really helps your videos stand out. I actually have a dedicated tutorial on it. If you guys are interested, I will leave a link in the video description below. Now, as a bonus, a big part that makes a lot of these shots look great is camera movements. So I've put together an edit where you can see the final video, including the behind the scenes of how I achieved each shot. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that side-by-side edit. If you're interested in the colors I used to achieve this look, make sure to check out my premium mobile LUTs in the video description below, which include 10 unique LUTs that you can instantly apply to your mobile videos to add that cinematic touch. To be honest, it has never been a better time to start shooting with your phone, and the DJI Osmo Mobile 6 makes it so much easier to get those smooth looking shots. It's a great gimbal for mobile content creators who want to achieve smooth looking shots with their phone, and the creative possibilities are almost endless. Now, inside my smartphone filmmaking course, I go even deeper into creating cinematic gimbal movements and many more tips that I've learned throughout my mobile filmmaking journey. So if you're looking to step up your mobile video game, now is the right time to join. The link will be in the video description below. Now guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys the next time.